Everyone would enjoy hearing a talented teen perform beautiful music. This is the story of the famous violinist Karolina Protsenko, whose music touched many people's lives. From what we can tell, Karolina comes from a musical family. Her videos get millions of views on YouTube, which shouldn't be a surprise. But something happened not long after. Recently, everyone around the world was wondering what happened to the young star who had captured everyone's attention. If you're also interested, come learn about Karolina's life and music with us. Karolina, a Ukrainian native, has captivated audiences worldwide with her stunning good looks and magnetic personality. Her cover versions of popular songs like Shape of You by Ed Sheeran and Dance Monkey by Tones and Eyes have. It earned her a lot of praise and fans all over the world. Karolina Protsenko was born in Kyiv, Ukraine's capital, on October 3, 2008. In 2015, her family decided to move to the United States, where she completely changed their lives. Karolina Protsenko was born to musically talented parents Nikolai and Aya, so she grew up surrounded by beautiful guitar music. She keeps the peace in her musical family by teaching her two younger brothers how to play the piano. This is an example of a family that took pride in and made the most of their unique skill. Karolina Protsenko and her family have lived in Simi Valley, California, since they moved to the U.S. Karolina is still living there. At first, many people thought Karolina had taught herself everything she knew because she was so talented, but that's not true. Karolina had undeniable natural talent as a musician, but she also got professional training to improve her skills. How did the teen become famous? Currently, she lives in Simi Valley, California with her parents, who are both musicians. They moved there from Kennedy when she was 6 years old, a student at a private school in California. Of all the places she had played, her favorite was Santa Monica's 3rd Street Promenade, where she played for a long time for people. The fact that such advanced violin skills had been achieved by such a young girl was the most amazing thing. The Italian busker Danielle Vidal started calling her the busking sensation soon after. Europe was enchanted by her performances in 2019, and she went on The Ellen Show. She had been saving up her busking tips to buy a puppy, which she said she was going to do during the show. Does that mean she bought the puppy now? Maybe she has. By the end of her appearance on the show, Ellen had lost a lot of money. A cover of Sunflower on the Violin by Post Malone, featuring the huge hit My Heart Will Go On a few years ago, was the start of her YouTube journey. She joined YouTube right away and started posting public videos of herself playing the violin right away. In a short amount of time, she has gained over 1 million commenters from all over the world. Thanks to her classical training, it didn't take her long to master popular violin songs. She now has 3 YouTube channels, each with its own theme. Another one is her violin cover songs, and the third one is her vocal cover songs. Love Me Like You Do, Memory, Shallow Believer, Diamonds in the Shape of You are some of her best violin cover songs. She also has a lot of other huge hit pop songs, like Never Enough Fight Song. Someone You Loved and Can't Help Falling in Love. Karolina started her official study in 2015, not long after moving to the U.S. She started taking violin lessons with her music teacher, Mr. Sam Pfizer. She had just moved to the U.S. at the time. While working with Mr. Pfizer, Karolina improved her skills, learned the basics, and built a solid foundation in the classical violin literature's repertory. As Karolina's love for the violin grew, she looked for more chances to play it so she could try out different musical styles. Participation in a range of educational opportunities was clear in her work with other musicians in master classes and workshops. Because of her time at Wilfie, she was able to explore different musical techniques, perspectives, and expressions, with California's rich music culture serving as a beautiful backdrop. Karolina's career as a musician took off in 2017 when she found her niche performing Karolina's music. Karolina started her career playing music on the street, and her song became the soundtrack for her successful career. Her virtuosic violin playing mesmerized audiences, and Santa Monica's 3rd Street Promenade was her favorite place to play. Videos of Karolina's mesmerizing street performances quickly went viral online, with people standing for what seemed like hours to watch her perform, and some even pulled out their phones to take pictures. Are you excited to hear her perform? All you have to do is visit her channel. It will be a hit with you. But first, there's something very interesting you should know about Karolina. Find out how popular she is right now by watching her videos. Her fans have a lot of ways to interact with her since she runs 3 YouTube channels and a Facebook page. She also has an Instagram account, and when her hypnotic performances are available, you can listen to them online on services like Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, and Amazon Music Unlimited. Her huge global appeal is clear from the fact that she has over 10 million followers from more than 50 countries. 22 billion people have watched her captivating videos on YouTube and other sites. Karolina's version of Despacito by Daddy Yankee and Luis Fonsi was a fan favorite. It caught the attention of millions of people around the world and went viral. On Karolina's YouTube account, you can find more than 250 violin renditions of famous songs from around the world. She has a wide range of musical tastes, as shown by her large repertoire, which includes songs that have become global superstars and the many styles of music she has been exposed to. Karolina is unique among artists, and it's not just because her cover has gotten so many views. An average of almost 30 million views per video, and the sheer number of cover art views is just as impressive. Music fans who are always looking for new takes on their favorite songs now regularly visit her channel. This amazing feed shows how well Karolina understands music and how well she can connect with her audience. It seems like she is an inspiration to teens all over the world because she lets herself be swept away by music from all over the world. She supposedly speaks more than 2 languages and loves the idea that music can help people communicate across language barriers. In 2019, Ellen DeGeneres invited Karolina to perform on her show because she thought she was talented. Karolina wowed the studio audience with a beautiful cover of Sunflower by Post Malone. A blue violin and a tip jar made for busking were a nice surprise for Alina. Because Ellen was impressed by her talent and drive, Karolina was able to get a puppy, which had been her lifelong dream. On the 2020 season of America's Got Talent, Karolina Protsenko made her stage debut with Angelica Hale, who placed second thanks to their partnership. These 2 young sensations, who were already very good on their own, left the audience in awe. Angelica and Karolina were clearly connected, as Karolina's beautiful violin playing complemented Angelica's moving vocals. They made the most of their combined skills by choosing the symphony Zara Larsson and the song from the start. It was clear that they were both thrilled about the chance to perform together, and when Karolina sang solo, her happy, contagious energy captivated the audience. The audience into a magical world of music and happiness while Karolina's violin played ethereal melodies and Angelica's voice rose with emotion, filling the auditorium with a warm and beautiful aura. Karolina's violin was playing the melody, without a question the intricate musical. Angelica and Karolina's young age hasn't changed the admiration and awe that millions of people around the world feel for them. Karolina expanded her horizons by trying out different forms of creative expression. One important thing for her artistic growth as a musician has been working with more and more other artists. Karolina's partnerships with famous instrumentalists have given her the chance to work with musicians from a wide range of musical styles and backgrounds. For example, she made a CD with the Italian saxophonist Daniel Azzali that is worth mentioning. Karolina's influence is felt all over the world, as her 2 million Instagram followers can attest. Karolina had a lifelong dream of producing a Kelly Clarkson show, and in 2022 she finally did it. Her idol Lindsey Sterling was able to meet for the child. This was a very happy moment. Karolina loved Lindsey because she was a fellow violinist who was famous for combining classical music and dancing in a way that no one else did. Karolina was so moved by. Lindsey was so good at art that she started studying ballad and eventually added dance to her performances. Singing a song by Lindsey on the Kelly Clarkson Show was just the start of something much bigger and better for her. Karolina used to sing Kelly Clarkson's role as host, and Karolina was caught off guard by what Kelly said. The two violinists had a happy moment while talking about Karolina's admiration for Lindsey and Kelly's musical career. Then there was a surprise. Kelly asked Lindsey to stay out of the spotlight while she talked to Karolina so that the meet and greet could go smoothly. Lindsey patiently waited for the perfect moment to make her grand entrance, while Karolina sat far away and had no idea what was going on. When Lindsey finally showed up after what seemed like an age, Karolina's joy shone. Although she was very emotional, she had a deep conversation with her idol, Lindsey Lott. Lindsey praised Karolina's skills and praised her enthusiasm for her work. As a sign of their shared love of music, Lindsey gave Karolina one of her handmade violins during an emotional moment that was full of both laughter and tears. However, that wasn't the last surprise Lindsey had in store for Karolina. Karolina gladly accepted Lindsey's invitation to sing a special duet with her at the end of the show. The young violinist's dream came true because she was so excited to finally get to perform with her idol. Karolina did it with gratitude and happiness in her heart. Lindsey and Karolina's violins blended in perfect harmony, creating a hypnotic display of skill and unity. Playing with Lindsey was an unforgettable experience. One another was magical, and they had a great time doing it, no matter what age or level of experience they had. Their bond went beyond music, too. Even though Karolina is still young, she has already built up an amazing $1 net worth, $5 million, because of her skills and hard work. A lot of doors are opening for Karolina, and her story should inspire artists all over the world. Draws people in with her music. Karolina star keeps on rising. The world is seeing her radiant light because of her boundless enthusiasm and skills. How much is Karolina Protsenko's violin worth? A lot of people who like violinist Karolina Protsenko want to know how much money she makes. Just so you know, this isn't your average teen. Karolina Protsenko's YouTube channel gets an average of 5 to 3 million views a month, or about 950 to 97,000 views every day. For every 1,000 views of an ad-supported video, the channel can earn a certain amount. For example, every 1,000 views might bring in an $3 to $7 a month from ads on YouTube. Based on this information, we can guess that Karolina Protsenko Violin's YouTube page makes $114 to $12,000 a month from ads and $71.1 million a year. But Karolina Protsenko Violin's income may be lower than what is stated by Net Worth Spot. If the violin can become more profitable, Karolina Violin could make $3.8 million a year in advertising revenue. On the other hand, networks that count on a single source of revenue almost always fail. There are many possibilities for influencers, such as the chance to sell their goods, get sponsored, and make affiliate commissions. Protsenko's net worth is expected to reach $1.5 million by 2024, based on her current earnings and growth opportunities. This prediction doesn't take into account the fact that she may be able to increase her current salary or make big career changes based on her current sources of income. It's likely that Protsenko will keep her wealth. growing over the next few years thanks to her strong track record and many opportunities for advancement. Her strong online presence and natural talent suggest that she will go far in the music business. While details on Protsenko's investments are limited, it is safe to assume that she invests some of her salary. Donations from fans also help Protsenko financially. A talented person deserves a tip. Even though she's just starting out, Protsenko is already making waves. All of her albums can be bought on different platforms, and the money she makes from record sales will go toward increasing her net worth. Live concerts and tours also help her make money, and even though she has a big fan base online, her talent and popularity have allowed her to perform at many different venues. Protsenko also makes money from the sale of t-shirts, hoodies, and other items with her logo on them. She has built up some of her net worth from these sales. People started paying attention to Protsenko's performances soon after, and before she launched her YouTube channel in 2016, her videos had gotten millions of views, which has helped her. Because of her popularity as a YouTuber, Protsenko makes a lot of money from commercials. Her videos have millions of views, which means she makes thousands of dollars every month. Protsenko has a big following on YouTube, but he's also very active on Instagram and Facebook. She has a big following on many platforms, which means she may make more money through sponsored posts and sponsor collaborations. Karolina has said that her violin is a Stradivarius several times. Let me explain what that means and show you how it has helped her reach her goals. There is some disagreement about whether or not these instruments are among the best ever made, but their fame comes from the fact that their sound quality has remained mysterious and unmatched. The Stradivarius violin is famous all over the world and has been in many fictional works. Unlike French copyists like Voam, who made instruments with an outward shape, Stradivari made his instruments with an interior shape. The fact that his instruments took on so many different shapes over the years, he experimented with different sizes. The top was made of spruce, the inside was lined with willow, and the back, ribs, and neck were all made of maple. According to research from MIT, the tone of a Stradivari is said to be more direct and precise, reacting elegantly and refinedly. The size of the F-holes in the front of a Saratov very violin is what makes it sound unique. The longer the holes, the better the instruments sound. Stradivari made earlier instruments better by making the F-holes longer and narrower, and by widening the last hole to get the best sound. Stradivari tried out different violin shapes, including ones that were a bit longer than usual. Speculation has grown that Stradivari and his contemporaries in Krona may have used wood from old churches or added an unknown substance to the wood they used to make their instruments. According to one study, Stradivarius violins don't have perfect sound because of tiny flaws that physicist Dr. Franco Zanini says cause strata to strand. To see through the varnish, Dr. Zanini put a number of devices into a particle accelerator and made the telegraph that. They found some flaws in the equipment that, in theory, shouldn't have been there. On the other hand, symmetrical instruments often have bad harmonics, which is why these flaws were purposely made to be gone. Nicola Benedetti and other great musicians play Stradivari violins, which is a big reason why they sound so good. Karolina still plays this instrument, which makes her even more of a top player.